Time now for Saturday Selections, brought to you by Chevy Silverado. You can play Chevrolet virtual Saturday Selections online at ESPN.com. Search Chevrolet. Honored to have Marcus Luttrell in 2005, Operation Red Wing, Eastern Afghanistan. He was the lone survivor after being taken prisoner by the Taliban, rescued heroically, wrote about it in his book, a bestseller, Lone Survivor, which became a film. He's now touring the country for his Patriot Tour, delivering an inspired message, and we are honored to have Marcus here today as we get closer. Thank you. Thank you. Telling us phenomenal stories of courage yesterday, but we're here to talk football. We know you're a big football fan. Ready to go?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Starting the Big Ten. This game's about ready to kick off in Minneapolis. The Gophers have won the last 2 times they've been dogs. The last 7 Buckeye games, higher scoring than the experts. A little something for you. It's going to be high scoring, and who wins the game?
High scoring game, have Ohio State. Not the offensive productivity they had a week ago against Michigan State, but I still think they're going to win this game. So I got the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes. Marcus?
I agree with that one. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be close. They're in Minnesota. That's somebody's home turf, but I think Ohio State's going to take it.
All right.
Great pick. Great pick. And closer than the extra think. Ohio State.
I think Ohio State has to understand they're not just playing Minnesota. After the way they performed last week against Michigan State, the nation's watching, see how they look again. Can they look as good as they did a week ago to continue to try to impress the committee and continue to try to climb up? So it's not just against Minnesota.
In minutes, Clemson a small favorite at Georgia Tech. Deshaun Watson's back.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson is a big part of that offense. He brings a swagger. I like Clemson to beat Georgia Tech.
On the road.
I agree with that one, too. I think Clemson's going to take it. Not a big Clemson-Georgia Tech guy, but I watch the games, and I think Clemson's going to do it.
Marcus, you sure don't want to change your pick? Clemson has lost 4 in a row in Atlanta. You know that? Okay. Georgia, not so fast with that. Georgia Tech upset.
That's a big upset. I think it's all about Deshaun Watson, whether or not he's healthy coming into this game. I'm going to err on the side of assuming that he's going to be okay. That right hand scares me to death. But if he's healthy, there's no way Georgia Tech will stop Clemson's offense.
Florida, favorite over South Carolina. Spurrier is dangerous in this position. When he touchdown or more dog, does very, very well.
Too much Treon Harris. He brings a dual threat element to the offense. I like the Gators to beat South Carolina.
Gators at home. Marcus?
I was excited to see what South Carolina was going to do in the beginning of the year. I mean, I thought they were going to go and just beat everybody.
A lot of people did.
Yeah. I think they got a lot going on. They got to come back together. I agree with what you were saying earlier, but I think Florida's going to take it too, yeah.
Okay, go Gators. That was a good pick. Nice goal. Gators.
Boy, 3 Gators. I'm going to go South Carolina.
Oh.
And it has everything to do with Steve Spurrier's offense. I think they will outscore Florida because Spurrier saves ball plays when he goes back to the swamp. So high scoring. I don't think South Carolina will stop Florida, but they'll outscore them. I'm going with the Gamecocks.
Missouri has won twice outright as a road dog. They go to the Aggies, and the Aggies do not do well against Vegas in SEC games. Just 1-7 the last 8.
I like the Aggies. They have a lot of confidence with their young quarterback, Kyle Allen. I like the Aggies big, too.
Now, this is in your whole
I'm a Texas boy, and I mean, we're all Aggies. We all grew up, all my family, and I know we've been on a little roller coaster ride this season, but they're at home. They're in College Station. They're not going to go in there with the 12th man and walk away with that. And plus, I wouldn't be able to go back home to Texas. I got to support my boys, the Aggies.
That is a great pick. A&M is going to win by a touchdown because Missouri is a yo-yo team.
So is A&M. I mean, we were ready to write A&M off until they knocked off Auburn last week. I'm going to go with the freshman. I'm going to go with home field. I think Kyle Allen gets it done, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as some of you guys think. I think Missouri will compete.
I don't know if it's out of respect or not for you. He's only disagreed once, so far,
exactly.
smart guy in his book. LSU, they got to come off that gut-wrenching loss. Miles' team's bounced back pretty well. Is tonight the night for the Hogs to snap that 17-game SEC losing?
No, sir.
No.
I got LSU. I think the front 7 will stop the run, and someone on the back end will get a pick 6.
Marcus?
I was excited to see what Arkansas was going to do this season. I was a Razorback fan as a kid. I think that they still got a lot to learn maybe next year, whatever. But and they are in Arkansas, but I'm married into an LSU family.
He follows the show. He follows
I couldn't go back to Texas if I didn't take the Aggies, but I can't go home with a happy wife if I didn't pick the LSU Tigers. So that's what I got to go with. I'm sorry.
That's the best reason of all.
You gotta let me off on that one, man. Happy wife, happy life kind of deal.
This Navy SEAL, but not so fast. I'm going with Arkansas.
I'm going with Arkansas.
Oh,
too.
good.
I think that it's going to be very low scoring, and I think which quarterback makes a play. I'm gonna go with Brandon Allen and the Hogs. Brett Bielema finally gets his first SEC win. They've been close. Today they find the way.
In Athens, Todd Gurley is back. Nick Marshall is back in the place where he was dismissed. Auburn's trying to bounce back from a disappointing, shocking loss last week.
Yeah, they don't tackle too well. So I think Todd Gurley's going to have a big day. I got Georgia in Athens.
One vote for Georgia. Marcus?
I agree with that. Auburn, Georgia, always a good game. Last year, they had that Hail Mary pass, the last one, and then that loss they had last weekend, it was that mix-up. I know they had a hard time with that, but I think they're fired up about that. They're going to come in. It's going to be close, but I think Georgia's going to take that one.
There we go.
Great pick. Georgia is going to win the turnover battle by 1 point. Nice going. Georgia.
You're going Georgia. I'm going to go Georgia, and I think all this talk about Todd Gurley, Hudson Mason, and the passing game. That's the Achilles heel for Auburn. It's a shootout. Auburn will score with Nick Marshall, but they will not be able to stop that Georgia offense. I like Georgia.
Kirk will call Miami and Florida State tonight on ABC, so no pick. How do you see this one? The Canes are feeling...
You have a lot of guys who played against each other in high school. The rivalry is going to be heated. I still think Florida State, they're going to have to come out fast. No slow start for the nose, and they'll win.
Jimbo Fisher's a great coach. I think he's putting those boys together. They've had some here and there's or whatever, but they're a great team, and they don't like to lose. Even if they get in there and they're getting whooped in the game, they don't.
They fight.
They come back.
You've spoken many times to the Florida State team.
I have. I'm close. I know a lot of those. Close with them. And I know a lot of them. I watch them play a lot. I'm going to take Florida State, obviously.
I'm sorry, Lone Survivor.
No way. No.
Upset of the week.
Wow.
Miami to upset Florida State. The rally is cut short. Rally won't make it.
Wow.
Miami over Florida State.
All right. Nebraska and Wisconsin. Huge game in the Big Ten West. Great running back showdown. Which running back has the better day and who gets the win?
Melvin Gordon, Wisconsin wins. That's simple.
I think it's going to be a defensive game. You got to stop the run game on either side. In Wisconsin, Texas boy, close to Houston, J.J. Watt. I gotta go with Wisconsin.
Who's the connection?
Connection.
It's a luck thing, superstition. All right, we gotta stay that.
And remember one thing, but Wisconsin is 5-0 at home this year. That's why they're going to win the game. Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin and Madison, you know what that is. You got to be a lot better to go in there and beat them with the cold conditions. I think Melvin Gordon wins this battle. Low-scoring game, I'm with you, but I think Wisconsin wins.
And out of the game here, Alabama's so dominant at home. The Mississippi State coming here as the biggest regular season #1 underdog in about 30 years. Everything at stake with the selection committee locked in on this one.
Championships being played in November, the biggest game of the season. This is why I play the game.
Play hard the best way we can. When we leave the field, we don't have no regrets. All my life, being an underdog, I like to be in games like this. It's good to hit somebody.
I would love to see us have our best game in what is the biggest game of the year to this point for us.
When you're getting into mid to late November and you're playing in games that have conference and national championship ramifications, those are the type of games you want to be involved in.
All right, Des, Mississippi State, are they up to it on the road in Alabama, or do the Tide make a statement?
I think they're up to the challenge, but I think when you look at Alabama, they're going to have tremendous balance on offense. They're going to have to pass the ball to someone other than Amari Cooper, and I think that Alabama's defense is going to step up big. I have Bama winning a close one in here at Tuscaloosa.
You know, anytime you come to Tuscaloosa, Nick Saban's a coach, you think of defense. Today, Dak Prescott will score a lot on Alabama's defense. But the difference in this game will be the Alabama offense. Alabama outscores Mississippi State like a 42-38 kind of game. Alabama wins at home.
Marcus, we've got messages from folks in the armed forces watching all around the world. Very fired up here. It's our guest picker, by the way. These folks are fired up for your pick. Who wins this afternoon in Tuscaloosa?
Absolutely. I think it's going to be a great game, high scoring. I think the seniors that come in with Mississippi State, 9-0. There's a lot of confidence there, but I don't think you come into Alabama and roll on that. So I saw the boys yesterday. They got that fire in their eye, and I think they're going to take it. Alabama takes it.
Marcus says roll tide.
Roll tide. Listen, this is Alabama's 31st time on College Game Day. I picked Alabama to win more than any other school in the nation. Yes? This week, listen, this week I was going to pick Alabama. I tried to get an elephant. He wouldn't. It was
a live one?
A live one. $35,000 for a live elephant. Come on. I said, forget about it.
To buy it or rent it?
No, buy it. Buy it. Last two times I picked Alabama, they have lost.
Yes.
Lost. So you add that up, and this is what you get. No elephant. Losing when I pick them. This is what you get. Go!
Stick it with the top. We need the real elephant. Marcus, thank you very much. Honored to have you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with the rest of the Patriot Tour. Our pleasure to have you here.
That's a good picture right there.
It's Georgia football Saturday. Off to Atlanta. Clemson and Georgia Tech. Mike Patrick, Ed Cunningham, and Janine Edwards. Mike, take it away.
Thank you, Chris.